The Preston Farms are our 173rd recipient of the Working Good Farm Neighbor Award. So we've been doing this for quite a while, and we are up here with Paul and Jane Preston. Paul, snuggle up that microphone a little bit. I want to talk to you a little bit about your farming operation. First off, congratulations on being named our 173rd Working Good Farm Neighbor Award winner.
Thank you very much, Bob, and very honored to receive it, our whole family, and we all tried to do our best.
Got a beautiful farm here, crystal clear blue skies, and I have to say, this land here is about as flat as a pancake. So you have some nice corn growing country, and I'm looking out at some corn that is not quite tasseled yet.
Not quite tasseled. This is a full season variety here just south of the house, and it's our silage corn that we will chop for our cows. So.
Now, the other thing I have noticed too is your grass looks like it's green. So you must have had some rain sometime along the line here.
We had about 1 3/10 inches a week ago last Sunday. So yeah, it's been recent. We had quite a bit of rain towards the end of May, and so we're sitting pretty good.
I want to talk to Jane here. Jane, grab on that microphone and tell me a little bit about the farming operation. You're second generation, right?
I am.
And we have third and I believe fourth generation running around. At least we
Right.
hope fourth generation farmers.
Yes, correct.
So a little history on the farm. When was this farm put into the Preston name?
We moved here right after we were married, almost 44 years ago.
Okay.
And it was in an estate at that time. So actually, you know, your father was part of that estate, my father-in-law, Virgil, and
So we must be getting close to having a century farm here.
it could be. I guess it was Virgil's uncle's farm originally.
So been in the family, and you say we've got your second generation and third generation. In fact, we're going to talk to Sarah coming up here in a little bit. But you have hopefully fourth generation farmers running around here.
I hope so.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of time here.
Well,
And we're so fortunate our children live close to us. So
we certainly like to have these young folks involved in agriculture, and find a way to do that sometime is tough because there's lots of things they could be doing, you know, in the world. And we certainly like to have them back here at the farm. So Paul, grab on that microphone again and tell me a little bit about your cattle operation. What do you have here?
I am out of the cattle myself. I finished fat cattle up until 3 years ago, and my son has about 160 cows. They do a fall calving.
Fall calving.
Some fall and some spring. So it's divided in two. They calve around 80 head in the spring and 80 head that'll start calving around the 20th of August now.
So are you calving outdoors? You calving under some cover?
The fall calvers will be calved under cover to protect them from the sun. Spring calvers are usually calved outdoors.
Outdoors. That's kind of a trend, is to get these cows up around here under cover to keep track of them, and also to kind of keep them out of the weather. It's so tough on things here. You have corn. I can see that right at the front. What other crop are you working on here?
Well, we graze corn, soybeans, and a little bit of alfalfa, not a lot.
And so have you cut alfalfa once at least? Twice?
Yeah.
Twice already.
And we have our second cutting put up.
Well, you're living good then.
Yeah.
But you must have had some pretty good rain sometime along the line.
Yeah.
We can't keep alfalfa in the ground down in south central. It keeps getting spit out with all that clay there. It doesn't like the taste of that alfalfa, I guess. It throws it out. So we're into cowgrass. We've only had one cutting so far. Now, it's about time. But so you have had some timely rains.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. And cattle operation, I can see it right behind the house here.
Yes, sir.
So we know that as well. And we hear that you've done some work with cover crops as well.
Yes, we have put rye behind silage ground, and then the next spring we either bale it or chop it as rice silage.
Oh, he was back in his feed source then.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
Working out okay for you?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Well, son of a gun. Hand that microphone over to our Secretary of Agriculture, Mike Nagy. He's got a big old smile on his face because every time we go, we end up seeing talk a little bit about more cover crop and more conservation work being done on these farms here.
Well, first of all, what a beautiful place to be sitting. That's why I think I'm smiling so much. Plus, I'm not that too far from home here. But Preston Family, beautiful operation here. Love those hoop buildings that we see there, and of course, one of the key components that we talk about with these Good Farm Neighbor Award winners is what are they doing on the land. And here you've got a long time commitment to buffer strips and grass waterways, doing the right things, and then I love hearing about incorporating these cover crops in. And of course, what we get out of that is you get the benefit of protecting soil and tying up those nutrients, but in this case, there's a return to the bottom line with that feed source. And so love to see the connection between cattle and conservation and cover crops. It's all very logical, very compatible, and these folks are playing that out.
And it seems like more and more that we are seeing that second use come in for the cover crops. It used to be, like I say, put there to hold the ground and or to filter water. Yeah. And now we've seen seed harvest and reseeding, and maybe that's even a side business doing some seeding work, and then feed work or feed as well.
This is where you get into the ultimate, layered benefits, right? I mean, yes, we know that those covers are doing some good from a soil health standpoint, but guess what? They don't work just in everybody's operation in every circumstance. So we're within striking distance of Minnesota here, so we're in northern Iowa. It sure is a good thing to be able to get those cover crops seeded after that silage is chopped, right? You get a nice early start on it. It gets all fall to get established, and so in this case, it makes a ton of sense. So we have to remain committed to the fact that we should tailor fit conservation to the farm, to the landscape, and that's different across the state of Iowa. So even all the way up here, you can still get a really nice cover crop established. You get some benefit out of that.